What's up you lot, this is Graffiti Tutorials, and today I'm going to be doing a review on this Krewline 210 stencil cap. So last time I did a review, it was on this stencil cap, the tiny pink one, so if you want to see that then make sure you look in my other videos, and I'll compare them both at the end, which one I think's better or whatever, because I haven't used this one yet. But and I gave you some good tips on using that and maintaining it as well. So I've just got this one. I actually think I'm going to prefer it, to be honest, but I'm not 100% sure yet because I haven't used it. But basically how it works, it's got a ring here, and that basically sits on this part of the spray can. You just clip that on there like that, and that sits on there really nicely. It's on there pretty good, it's not going to fall off. I've just tried clipping this on some other spray cans, and it fits on all of them, but some of them it just doesn't grip on there as well as this one. But basically, spray your paint through the hole obviously, and then the paint drips down into this cavity here, goes down this tray, and then goes into whatever you attach onto the bottom of it. Now they recommend an empty mop marker, but I could not find the right size, man. Some places where you buy it from, it comes with it, but the place I bought it from, it didn't. You can't get them in the UK either, so I had to buy it from America, and it's printed on a 3D printer, and the material of this one is just like plasticky sort of rough material. I forgot to click the right box. Basically they do different colours and different types. This one's a bit rough, but they do a one that they call the polished one, so it's like a smooth sort of glossy finish, if you know what I mean, and that's the one that I actually wanted because I think that that glossy one will be a bit easier to clean than this one. But otherwise no big problem. Anyway, I got this grog squeezer, this empty one, and it just doesn't fit on there basically. I've like cut round here with a Stanley blade to try and make it fit, and it don't fit in there. It's supposed to just screw in, but I just couldn't find the right one. So if anyone does find the right one, make sure you leave a comment and let me know, because I don't know either. But they recommended on their website which one I should get, but I just couldn't find it anywhere. But so what I'm going to do is, in a minute I'm just going to stick that in there, and I'm just going to tape round it. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare when this gets full and I have to untape it every time, but oh well. So basically as well, the benefit to this is it's supposed to catch the paint in there, then you can stick the top on it and you can reuse your paint as a marker. But I'm not sure if you would even want to do that anyway, if you mix loads of colours together, or if you buy one of these and use a separate one for every colour you use. I don't know, and I also don't know what spray paint is going to be like using it out of this marker. I've never done it, so but have a go and see. So the first thing I will say is this bit basically opens up so that you can clean it out or whatever, okay? Opens and closes. Obviously you have it closed when you're using it, and it's got these little clip bits here. Well, it had two of them, and literally I got it out this morning as soon as I got it, and it's really fragile, man. And I opened it and I flapped it up, and this little clip bit here snapped off. So just be really careful with that, because it's pretty flimsy material, to be honest. It's not like really solid, it's like quite, I don't know, it seems like quite a cheap material, so I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong, it might be really expensive, but them bits are just really weak, so just watch out with that. So I'm going to stick this on a spray can now, and we'll see what sort of lines it sprays. Also, this is the 2mm one. You can get a 1mm and a 3mm as well, so I just went for the one in the middle. I'm pretty sure that that hole is bigger than 2mm though, but anyway, who cares. Right, so I've just taped this bottle onto the stencil cap. It's not ideal at all, but you got to do it, you got to do it, ain't you? So maybe soon I'll find the actual bottle. And the thing is, I don't know how, once you've filled this up once, you're never going to know when it's full up, apart from when it starts getting heavy or whatever, because the spray paint is obviously going to cover the front of it, and then you pour it out the next lot, you're not going to be able to see where it's at. Whereas this one, you can see at the top when it starts filling up, you know, and I've even noticed by the sound of it, you can sort of hear the spray, it starts to sound different as it gets more full, you know what I mean, if you've got one. But so I'm not sure how you're going to know when it's full up really, but I'll have to wait and see, I suppose. So when you put this on, make sure it's proper pushed down, okay, so that the hole lines up with the front of the cap. So let's see what this is like. Let's see what sort of lines we can get out of it. I'll just grab something. Right, so I've got a bit of paper here. Let's see what sort of lines it does. Now that does a really nice smooth line. I know the first bit splattered a bit, but that's just because I didn't really shake the can up that much before this. But to be honest, the lines that are coming out of this are probably much better than the tiny pink one. And now, even though this is 2mm, them lines are about 5mm at least. So if you want really skinny lines, I'd definitely go with the 1mm, because I think even that probably doesn't come out 1mm. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. You can get some really nice lines out of that. Little bit of overspray there where it's not lined up properly. But that is really good. Right, so now we've seen it in action, we've seen what it does, and to be honest, I was really happy with the result actually. It done really nice smooth lines, but like I said, that was a bit bigger than 2mm like they're supposed to be apparently. But so now I'm going to compare it with this tiny pink one. So the first thing I'll say about this tiny pink one is, since my last video I used it a bit more, and you remember in the other video I mentioned that when I was cleaning it the plastic seemed really soft, and as I was scraping the paint off, it was scraping bits of plastic off. So basically the spray paint, it like does something to the plastic and softens it, and I'll show you what I mean now. I don't know if you can see this properly on the camera, but this plastic, it used to be really hard, but now if I press it, it's really soft. You know, like I could almost, if I pressed hard enough, probably poke my finger through it. So the spray paint softens it up, and the problem with that is I was cleaning this hole the other day, and as I was poking through it, it was sort of poking, like it was like melted plastic around it sort of, so it was poking it and making the hole bigger. So you got to be really careful when poking through there, and just be careful with it because it's soft. Now obviously I can't comment on this one yet because I haven't really used it that much, but the material, I don't know if the spray paint's going to make it soft or not. But that's the only problem I've found with that one really. And I'd say when it comes to, like I said a minute ago, seeing if it's full up or not, I think this one's going to be better for that, because like I said with this one, once it's been filled up once, you're never going to be able to tell how full up it is, and it's going to overflow at the top of here and down there. But then when this one overflows, it goes straight down your hand, whereas that one would just go down this bottle. So I suppose it would be more comfortable for this one to overflow than that one. You know, and when it comes to cleaning it, obviously this one wins by a mile, because this one you've got to get all inside here and everything, but whereas this one you can open it up and you can see there straight away. You can just wipe that after you've used it, you can wipe in there after you've used it, and then other than that there's not too much to maintain, and you can just buy a new pot. You could have like multiple pots. Or the other good thing about this one is, the only thing I don't like about stencil caps is the fact that you've got to empty them all the time, because you've just got to keep stopping working, pouring it out, wiping the paint off and stuff like that. But this one, I suppose you could probably find a much bigger pot as well, just something that's comfortable for you to hold, and you could get loads of paint into it, you know, so you wouldn't have to empty it for ages. But I suppose it would get quite heavy and everything. But overall, in my opinion, this 210 one definitely wins, but I haven't used it as much as I've used this one yet, so I'm going to see how it goes, and then I may mention it in future videos and tell you how it's doing. But yeah, it's easier to maintain and everything, and the lines that come out of it are really good. I can't really fault it at the moment, apart from them clip bits that snapped off as soon as I got it, and the fact that I can't get the right pot to go on it. But once I do, that'll just screw straight in there. I won't have to mess around taping it and everything. So yeah, if you like this video, then click like. If you got any questions about anything, then make sure you let me know in the comments, and make sure you click subscribe for more tutorials and more reviews and everything, and let us know if there's anything you want to learn or anything you want me to review. So I'll see you next time. Right, so I've just cleaned it and it literally took 2 minutes, like I said. I've literally got this old t-shirt, just wiped in there, wiped around here, wiped in there where the hole is, and that was it, basically done. There is this little gap down here just in front of where you spray from, and you can't really get your finger down there with the t-shirt like I did. So I literally just got this old paintbrush and I just wrapped the t-shirt around it like that, and I just stuck that down there and scooped the paint out, and it was really easy. So you could even use an earbud or something like that to clean down there or whatever, but just super easy to clean, so much easier to clean than the other one. So yeah, personally I do recommend this one, but don't let it put you off of the tiny pink one, because this is still a really good stencil cap. And I did email the guy about the soft plastic issue, and he already knew about it, so he said that they're in the middle of making a new one which will use a different material, so to stop that happening hopefully. So don't let it put you off, because this is a really good one, and if you look after it, then the fact that it goes soft, it shouldn't be a massive issue anyway, as long as you know about it and you know to be careful around the hole. I don't think it's ever going to get to the point where it just completely melts or anything. So I definitely recommend that one too. So if you like this video, then make sure you click like. If you want to see more tutorials and reviews in the future, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. And thanks to everyone who subscribed already, by the way. The subscriptions are going up, so that's great. And yeah, let us know in the comments if there's any questions you'd like to ask, or let us know if there's anything you'd like me to do a review on, or anything you'd like to learn. So I'll see you next time.
My heart says go.